All right, guys, welcome to the Thursday product training. I appreciate you hopping on. Please like, comment, subscribe to our page, hit the notifications button. Purpose of the call, obviously, or podcast, video, whatever you want to call it, is to try and get y'all as much information as possible so you can be as successful as possible, as fast as possible. So today I want to kind of go over, decomplicating product. So when Family First Life first started, we had one carrier, and I think it was 2 or 3 products, and we paid a bunch of business. So there's not really a huge need for you to come in the gate and learn 12, 13, 14 carriers products, because all it's going to do is confuse you. Now we have a lot of resources in place that I don't know if we use enough. But if you go to FFL National, in our agent hub under downloads, there's a term cheat sheet and a final expense cheat sheet. And essentially it'll go down all the companies on there that we utilize for term for whole life are on there, conditions that they will and will not approve. So if you're sitting with a client, all you need to do is go there. And then if you don't know if it's not on there, if it's a scenario that you've never heard of, obviously you can call the carrier. That's a good way to do it. You can call the hotline. That's always an option as well. But here's how most agents should do this. And this is why we preach Americo first. When you go to the Americo e-app, you fill out the initial information, name, birthday, address, social, male, female, height, weight. And then you get to the initiate underwriting page. You click on that, it's going to pull a prescription check. And it's going to pull a MIB report. It'll tell you yay or nay whether or not you should continue. So with term, with the CBO 100 or the term 125 through Americo, it'll tell you do not continue. They do not qualify based off of Milliman and Telescript or something found on MIB. And then with Eagle, it's going to say the client should qualify, continue the app, or this person's only eligible for up to $10,000 in a graded guaranteed policy, or they're not eligible at all. Okay. Now, why we go Americo first is because you can do that, get an answer yes or no inside of 3 minutes. And if it's a no, it doesn't affect your placement. And placement's important. It's important more for some carriers than others, as we found out over the last few weeks. But I believe a lot of newer agents and some of the issues we've had is agents are assuming that every other carrier does it the way Americo does it as far as their e-apps go, meaning if you submit an application electronically and it doesn't go through, that doesn't affect your placement. And that's definitely not the case. Americo is the only one that I know of that doesn't have it affect your placement. So you want to use them, A, because it's easy, right? You can find out right then and there if the client's going to be approved or not, if it's a scenario or health challenge or medications you've never heard of. You can get your answer and go from there. Plus, it keeps it simple. Now, I'm a huge fan of simple. I'm a huge fan of loyalty. I'm a huge fan of companies that work really hard to help us. And Americo is that company. They bend over backwards to try and accommodate us, more so than any other company that we work with. And they do that because we write a bunch of business with them. We've formed an incredible relationship. Without Americo, we wouldn't be in business today. So there's a lot of reasons why we love Americo. Their products are really good. Their term with cashback option or without cashback option. They offer a 15, 20, 25, 30-year plan. Living benefits, critical, chronic, and terminal illness. They offer CBO, meaning at the end of the term, if you're still alive, you get all your money back. Waiver of premium. If you can't work because you're disabled, the premium's covered. If you're permanently disabled, the premium's covered. If you're permanently disabled and you have CBO, the premium's covered. And at the end of the term, if you're still alive, you still get the money back. As far as the whole life goes, they have accidental built in. It doesn't ever change. Some carriers, the accidental drops off after a certain age, but the premium stays the same. So you have to pay extra for the accidental, but when you hit a certain age, it drops off, but the premium doesn't change. Eagle will give a smoker a non-smoker rating, give them 3 years to quit smoking. So all of these things, that's value. And for me, I know that if we had a death benefit that was filed or claim, or somebody filed a claim for a death benefit, and we needed it done especially fast, I'm pretty sure America would work with us because they love us. They love our clients. They love helping people. And they do the right thing. So if you asked me, if you were selling me something and you go, this company here, I can talk to somebody 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I have inside help. I have someone that's on our team to help us get done what we need to get done for you. Or you can have this product, which is a few dollars cheaper. Customer service isn't the greatest. They don't bend over backwards for us at all. They're not a bad company. They're not going to do any extra for us. I would pay the extra for the value of the company and the relationship that we have with Americo. Because when people file when they file their death claims, they're not going to want to sit and wait for 10 weeks, 5 weeks, 4 weeks. They want to get it as soon as possible. So that's a lot of value to me. So when we're talking about value and we talk about Americo, they go hand in hand. I never had a problem selling it. Never, because it is a great product for the client. I do trust Americo that they're going to do the right things, that they're going to process their paperwork fast, that they're going to be responsive to requests. If a client calls in, they do really good at their jobs. They're all really good at their jobs. And again, I'm not bashing any other insurance company. I'm just saying Americo has given us the greatest experience that we could have ever even possibly asked for. So it's a huge deal for us. Okay. Now I'd lead with Americo because it's easy. As a new agent, you want to keep it simple. You want to give your client something that's good. You want to see if they can qualify right away. And then if Americo doesn't go, then you can go to the cheat sheet and go, who else do I have? That might take somebody who's insulin dependent diabetic looking for a whole life policy. There's a bunch of them, but you can just go to the cheat sheet. See, whole life is whole life. It means it's going to last for your whole life. It can be level, which is what we're always trying to get, meaning that the policy is effective instantly, the death benefit stays level, the premium stays level. And then term is term. It's going to last for a period of time, 15, 20, 25, 30 years. Some offer cash back, some don't, but it's not that complicated. So when we're talking about product training, there are two products that we're going to start you out at if you're a new agent, and that's whole life and term. So there's not a ton to learn. What you need to realize and figure out is what carriers will cover certain conditions. And again, having that cheat sheet, for me, it's so simple because all you do is look for the condition and you go across and it'll tell you yes or no if that company will take it. So I think, and I get it as a new agent, not knowing really anything and coming into this blindfolded or blind, feeling like, very uneasy. I can understand how you could have a little bit of stress about that, but there's no need to. All of the tools that you need are right there. You're a phone call away from the insurance company. You're a phone call away from the hotline. There's never going to be a time where you can't get help if you're sitting with a client. And I think that's the thing that freezes people the most is the fact that they're not sure. They don't want to be in a home and have a question and not be able to get the answer because they feel it's going to make them look like they're not prepared. And I get that. 100% I get that. What I can tell you is we work really hard putting this stuff together and we answer our phones. The hotline, there are 6 or 7 people that are on it. It rings simultaneously to everybody. And whoever picks it up first is going to take the call. And if somebody doesn't happen to answer it, which rarely happens, then just call it right back and somebody will get it. Sometimes it's because it's forwarding to 7 numbers at the same time. It gets a little glitchy, but somebody's going to answer it. So you guys always have somebody to reach out to and rely on, but you're going to be presenting term insurance and whole life insurance. Whole life lasts forever. Term lasts for a period of time. You need to figure out which company can provide the service for your client at a good rate at a good value, and that will actually approve them. It's really that simple. So go to the Agent Hub, get familiar with the cheat sheets, the final expense, whole life cheat sheet, and the term cheat sheet. Utilize the hotline and start and lead with Americo, and you'll make money faster than you won't. So I hope this helps, guys. Until next time, make it a big week.